And joining us now on the WashU Sports Network is senior men's basketball player DeVaughn Rucker. DeVaughn, how are we doing today?
Jimmy's doing well. How are you?
I can't complain. Sun's shining. All is good. Well, first of all, congratulations. A big day for you on your admission to University of West of England, Bristol, and an opportunity to go to grad school and also play some professional basketball in the UK. Talk to me about that, how that all came about, DeVaughn.
Yeah, no. So it was a quick turnaround, mostly in the second semester. The 4 years I was there, I was always anticipating basketball being something that I wanted to do after college, and learning the importance of having that piece, but also continuing the academic career. This was something that was the perfect fit for me.
DeVaughn, what area are you looking to study in the UK, and what are you looking to do with that? Hopefully down the road someday.
So I'm planning to get my master's in mechanical engineering, and I told myself either basketball or engineering, either way, hopefully I'll be employed out there. So spend a few years to do something. I'm not sure.
DeVaughn, how long has it been? Has this been something you've always wanted to do, to play professional basketball, or is this something that came about the last couple of years with your recent success?
hmm I think it was something that I've thought about definitely since I was a senior in high school. Being around the sport for so long and seeing the success that my brother had, I just thought about always just taking it that next step. And I've been kind of acting accordingly, specifically in the past year, just to achieve that.
DeVaughn, talk to me about the progression of your 4 years. Didn't play much your first 2 years, scored 213 points as a junior, and you were awesome this past year, 333 points, first team All UA. Talk to me about your progression from your freshman year to now 4 years later.
hmm I think throughout the 4 years is basically learning the different nuances of the game. I would say my freshman year, the strength piece was something that was already there. And Edwards had the system, then a great group of seniors that I kind of regret not learning more from, kind of getting caught up in that competitiveness. But those 2 years helped me grow a lot. That was something that I wouldn't change for anything. Just taking that moment and seeing what a good team does, and that same following year, having all the opportunities in the world to do that and failing while doing it is something that really helped kind of progress to what happened this past season, just the success. Not so much the physical aspect, but just taking the mental aspect, watching film, reading books, talking to coaches, definitely learning the emotional side of the sport, which I come to enjoy.
DeVaughn, you played for two of the best coaches in D3, Coach Edwards, Coach Juckem. What'd you learn from each of them?
Mhm. I'll say Edwards is just an abundance of wisdom that you can learn from. I just remember so many times going to his office and talking about the competitive piece of the sport. And being a freshman in college, I think I focused more so on just the glamorous parts of, oh, you can dunk, or you can do all these skills. But then talking to coach, he really broke it down and made it more so of a situational game, play by play versus just looking at the whole 40 minutes. And so just really dissecting the game was something I learned from Edwards. And Juckem is came in and pretty much gave a canvas to paint on, and it was something that I'm extremely grateful for. It was definitely one of the most effort I put into a basketball season, which I like to think that that effort is maximized each season, but there's always a different level that you can go to. And Coach Juckem was someone that really brought that out of me.
DeVaughn, you averaged 13-7 in non-conference play. You were great, but I want to talk about conference play. You averaged double figures, scored in double figures, 13 and 14 games. You averaged 16 points, 8 boards. You took over a lot of games. And I'm going to tell you what, the inside play sure opened things up for Peyton Webb and Jack Nolan and Matt Nestor on the outside. What was it in conference play that was different?
Mhm. I think that going into conference play, we lost to Milliken, and obviously it was a difficult time to play on New Year's Eve. But I think we all took a step back and really thought about what we want to do to win a championship, because that's ultimately the goal for everyone on the team. Just very highly competitive. And when it came to conference play, that was really the part that, because also having in mind the professional aspect, what I want to do after college, and just having that satisfaction of after all this time and all these struggles, it comes to this point where you've learned so much and you're just waiting to apply it. And I think that took a turn in conference because that's when everything mattered more so, not saying that the non-conference did.
DeVaughn, I want to talk a little bit about your commitment to getting better to WashU. I saw you in the gym every single day, working on your free throws. Man, you got a lot better on those free throws.
Uh-huh.
Working on those threes, always improving, trying to get faster, stronger, work on your dribbling. Who taught you this? Did someone did you instill your game after someone, or who taught you to work so hard?
I would say I'm just more so a vessel of everyone in my family. My brothers, they work extremely hard. We have a hoop in the front yard, and we still go at it sometimes to this day. My other brother just had ACL surgery, but when he comes back, most definitely he's gonna be back out there with me. My parents too, honestly. My mom has that same drive. We both wake up really early because I don't know, sometimes we can't sleep. It's just having that much energy. So sometimes I would FaceTime her at like 4 a.m. and she'd be up and she'd be like, "What's on your mind?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just want to do something." And so just having that kind of urgency was something that I appreciated a lot. And she also had the ambition to do that too. She's the director of construction management for two different hospitals, one here in St. Louis and then one in Puerto Rico. And so she's just always striving to get better. And that's something that I really took to heart as well. And also my dad, he's a monster. I think he's like late 50s, still pushing like 225 on the bench press, just wrapping it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that type of drive is something that I just always seen at a young age and something that has helped me up until this day.
So a competitive family is one of the reasons, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
DeVaughn, what going into playing pro ball here in a few months, hopefully, what does DeVaughn Rucker got to continue working at and getting better?
Everything, everything. I think I never really trained to do one position. I like to think of myself as a basketball player, and basketball player never knows what position they will find themselves in or what situation. So just having that holistic view on skills, whether it be dribbling, being a leader off the floor is something that you can do, and it doesn't require a ball at all. Just working on your communication skills, and just shooting. Obviously, with the virus, it's hard to get in the gym, but we have everything at home to improve as much as possible. So I think I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I noticed late in your senior season you were playing the 3, the 4, and the 5. So it makes a great point. You got to be ready, when you go overseas to play any position.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. Looking at the way they play, I think I'll be over there more as the 3-4. So pretty natural carryover.
Last question for you, DeVaughn. Talk to me. I know we discussed this a little bit at the beginning. Talk to me about your future plans. I know you want to get that master's degree. That's number one on your mind. Play some ball. Um,
Mhm.
would you like to play ball for 3, 4, 5 years? See how long this takes, and then when basketball is over, what's DeVaughn Rucker going to be doing in 20 years?
Mhm. Um, I think this next year is a good transition of having one foot in, one foot out. Still continuing the athletic and the academic piece. I think that could take me a bunch of different places. I was talking to CJ Harrington, one of the alumni. And I was telling him either way, whether it be basketball or the engineering piece, I feel like being employed out there is kind of my first objective because it's just another way to get so many more experiences. And yeah, in 20 years, I can't tell you yet. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this, DeVaughn. I'm sure you're going to be doing something great because you've worked extremely hard from day one to now. So, just want to say thanks for coming on and telling us a little about your story. I know this last couple of weeks has been super exciting for you. I know the
Yeah,
season came to end a little bit earlier than you had thought, but a great senior year for you and your Bears.
yeah. Seamus, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.